Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely flip the script on wellness, and specifically how you achieve your ideal body composition. For years, we've all been told that losing fat, especially that really stubborn visceral fat, is all about exhausting calorie counting and just sheer willpower. But what if the secret isn't in the math at all, but in mastering your own biological signals? Today, we're walking through a 30-day playbook that is going to completely change the way you think about your metabolism forever. All right, here's our roadmap for the next 30 days. We're looking at ditching the calorie counting, cutting the constant snacking, mastering your meal timing, moving to build muscle, the 24-hour cellular fast, and finally, achieving true metabolic flexibility. Let's get right into it.
Step 1. Ditch the calorie counting, the paradigm shift.
Look, we've got to validate a major frustration right off the bat here. Those traditional diets, the ones based purely on willpower and starvation math, they usually fail us miserably. It is time to completely move away from that old way of endless counting. The new way is all about changing the actual biological signals that tell your body, hey, store this fat, or hey, burn it. By focusing on metabolic habits instead of just torturing yourself with restriction, you actively lower your insulin, you repair your metabolism, you reduce systemic inflammation. Basically, it's about working with your biology, not constantly fighting against it.
Moving on to step 2. Cut the constant snacking, lowering your insulin. So we need to introduce the main villain in your wellness journey right now, and that is elevated insulin. We really have to ask ourselves, what is actually happening biologically every single time we reach for, say, a quick mid-afternoon treat or just a little handful of chips? Why is something that seems so entirely innocent totally shutting down your progress?
Well, here's the harsh physiological reality of the snack. Every single time you eat, you raise your blood glucose levels, period. And in response to that, your body spikes its insulin production to deal with that sudden glucose. But here is the absolute kicker. As long as your insulin is elevated, your body's fat-burning mechanisms are completely, literally shut off. You are keeping your body trapped in storage mode all day long. Yeah, even that innocent little handful of almonds is telling your body to lock the vault on your fat stores. So, the absolute simplest, most effective fix, aim for exactly 3 meals a day, 0 snacks in between. You've got to give your body the time it actually needs to let that insulin drop and finally enable true fat burning.
All right, step 3. Master your meal timing, the 3-hour rule.
You know, when you eat is honestly just as crucial as what you eat. So your body operates on this natural daily rhythm. During the daytime, your body has its absolute highest insulin sensitivity, which basically means it handles food the most efficiently. So by implementing the 3-hour rule, meaning you absolutely finish all of your eating a full 3 hours before you hit the pillow, you are setting yourself up for massive success. This earlier eating window improves that insulin sensitivity, it significantly reduces oxidative stress, and it ensures that after you sleep, you wake up right smack in the middle of your optimal fat-burning window. Step 4. Move and build muscle. Managing blood sugar. This builds right on top of what we just talked about with glucose and insulin. I want you to think of your body's muscle mass like a giant parking garage for your blood sugar. Skeletal muscle is the largest parking spot for glucose. Having more muscle literally provides more parking spots for the fuel you consume. So when glucose has a place to park, it clears out of your bloodstream so much faster, and that directly reduces your body's overall need to just pump out insulin. Simply put, more muscle equals better body composition and vastly improved metabolic health. But hey, you don't need to be a professional bodybuilder to take advantage of this. You can use the muscle you already have, actively, right after every meal. The protocol for this is remarkably simple, but wow is it powerful. Step 1, eat your meal. Step 2, immediately take a 10 to 20-minute walk. Step 3, watch your blood sugar absolutely plummet. Implementing this super simple walking routine right after you eat manages your blood sugar way more effectively than taking a walk at any other random time of the day. You are quite literally walking off that glucose spike before it even has the chance to demand a massive insulin response. Next up, step 5, the 24-hour cellular fast, deep repair. Now, when you completely abstain from food for 24 hours, usually just done once a week, drinking only water, you trigger this absolutely miraculous state called autophagy. Autophagy is basically a cellular cleanup process. It's a biological deep clean. When your insulin drops low enough during a 24-hour fast, your body kind of looks around, realizes no new energy is coming in, and says, okay, Time to recycle our own garbage. It actively seeks out and removes all those inefficient, damaged cells and mitochondria, completely forcing your system to repair itself from the inside out. And guys, the benefits of this weekly reset are just staggering. It kicks off that deep cellular cleanup, significantly drops your baseline insulin, and it dramatically boosts human growth hormone. So the big takeaway here is that this fast isn't just about eating less to lose weight. No, it's a massive biological reset. That huge surge in growth hormone actively aids in burning visceral fat, while at the exact same time supporting that muscle building we talked about earlier. Honestly, it is the ultimate tool for dialing in your overall body composition. And finally, step 6. Achieve true metabolic flexibility, the ultimate goal. Everything we've just covered, stopping those snacks, timing your meals, walking after eating, the weekly fasting, it all leads right here to the biological holy grail, metabolic flexibility. This is simply your body's ability to seamlessly, efficiently switch between burning fat and burning sugar for fuel. When you are metabolically flexible, your body acts like a highly tuned hybrid engine. You just ate? Great, it burns the sugar. Haven't eaten in a few hours? No problem at all. It effortlessly taps right into your stored visceral fat to keep you perfectly energized. So why does this matter so much for your everyday life? Well, the impacts on your wellness are profound. First off, stable energy. It completely eliminates those brutal mid-afternoon crashes and that awful brain fog, because your body always has access to fuel, your own fat stores. Plus, your health markers improve across the board as inflammation drops and your metabolism literally repairs itself. And of course, consistent fat loss just becomes natural. Your body is finally getting the correct biological signals to actually burn that visceral fat instead of hoarding it. We've covered a lot of ground in this explainer today, but the core message here is incredibly empowering. You are entirely in control of your biological signals. Instead of playing that miserable, always losing game of calorie restriction, it's time to finally work with your body's natural systems. So the question is, which of these 5 habits are you going to implement first? Are you ready to stop fighting your own biology, completely transform your body composition, and finally let your metabolism do exactly what it was designed to do?